Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Racha Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And today we're going to go into the book of Joshua, the 4th chapter. And as we saw in the 3rd chapter, the Lord beginning his miraculous works, right, by the hand of Joshua, by having the body of water of the Jordan River stand up on one side to create dry ground that the Israelites may cross over to the west of Jordan on. And it came to pass, when all the people were clean passed over Jordan, that the Lord spake unto Joshua, saying, meaning when everybody was across, take you 12 men out of the people, out of every tribe a man, and command ye them, saying, take you hence out of the midst of Jordan, out of the place where the priest's feet stood firm, 12 stones, and ye shall carry them over with you, and leave them in the lodging place where ye shall lodge this night. So there's going to be 12 men, one from each tribe, in the midst of Jordan, that land, the dry area you walk through. Go everyone and pick up a stone. These were likely big stones, and carry them, as it says, carry them over with you. And you're going to bring those stones, and you're going to place them where you're going to spend the night, this night. Then Joshua called the 12 men whom he had prepared of the children of Israel, out of every tribe a man. And Joshua said unto them, pass over before the ark of the Lord your God into the midst of Jordan. So go into the midst of Jordan, it's dry now, and take ye up every man of you a stone upon his shoulder, according unto the number of the tribes of the children of Israel. So there are 12 of you, each one takes a stone. Now it's not a tiny pebble, we're talking about a big stone here. That this may be a sign among you, that when your children ask your fathers in time to come, saying, what mean ye by these stones? So in the future, when your descendants ask, hey, like, what's this monument? Why do we have these stones over here? What are they for? Then ye shall answer them, that the waters of Jordan were cut off before the ark of the covenant of the Lord, when it passed over Jordan. And the waters of Jordan were cut off, and these stones shall be for a memorial unto the children of Israel forever. So you'll tell them that these stones actually came from the middle of that Jordan River right there, and we were able to get them, all right, or they were. This was when the Lord, the ark of the Lord's covenant, passed through the Jordan. Obviously, you tell them the full story, and a great miracle happened to where the Jordan River stood up on one side, and the rest of the water was cut off, and Israel was able to walk on dry land. And that's what these stones are signifying. And the children of Israel did so as Joshua commanded, and took up 12 stones out of the midst of Jordan, as the Lord Yahweh spake unto Joshua, according to the number of the tribes of the children of Israel, and carried them over with them unto the place where they lodged, and laid them down there. And Joshua set up 12 stones in the midst of Jordan, so in an additional 12 stones in the middle of Jordan, in the place where the feet of the priests which bear the ark of the covenant stood, and they are there unto this day. So in the midst of Jordan, there's 12 stones that Joshua set up over there. For the priests which bear the ark stood in the midst of Jordan, until everything was finished, that the Lord commanded Joshua to speak unto the people, according to all that Moses commanded Joshua, and the people hasted and passed over. So everything that the Lord told Joshua to do, from first off, having everybody cross over, having the 12 men pick up the stones, and then take them from the midst of Jordan, and then going and set Joshua himself going and setting up 12 stones in the middle of Jordan. Until all these things were done, the priest stood in the middle on that ground, so the waters would be stayed. And it came to pass, when all the people were clean passed over, so when everybody made it across, that the ark of the Lord Yahweh passed over, and the priest and the priests in the presence of the people. So once everybody else left, then the priest continued to carry the ark all the way across now. And the children of Reuben and the children of Gad and the half tribe of Manasseh passed over armed before the children of Israel, as Moses spake unto them. About 40,000 prepared for war passed over before the Lord Yahweh unto battle to the plains of Jericho. On that day the Lord Yahweh magnified Joshua in the sight of all Israel, and they feared him, as they feared Moses, all the days of his life. And the Lord Yahweh spake unto Joshua, saying, Command the priests that bear the ark of the testimony that they come up out of Jordan. So now you can tell the priests to come up to bring the ark. Joshua therefore commanded the priests, saying, Come ye up out of Jordan. And it came to pass, when the priests that bear the ark of the covenant of the Lord were come up out of the midst of Jordan, and the soles of the priests' feet were lifted up onto the dry land, that the waters of Jordan returned onto their place, and flowed all over his banks as they did before. So once the priests crossed, and they all of them stepped out of the Jordan onto the west side of Jordan, the water that was stayed as a wall dropped, and then everything started to flow back. And the people came up out of Jordan on the 10th day of the first month, and encamped in Gilgal, in the east border of Jericho. And that is, you have Jericho right here, so it would have to be somewhere around here, which is on the west of Jordan. And those 12 stones which they took out of Jordan, and did Joshua pitch in Gilgal. So that's where they played. He set them up. And he spake unto the children of Israel, saying, When your children shall ask their fathers in time to come, saying, What mean these stones? Then ye shall let your children know, saying, Israel came over this Jordan on dry land. So basically, you're going to pass this down from generation to generation. And whenever anybody asks, right, why is this here? What is this about? Then you will, tell them that this was to signify the day that the Lord had Israel cross over here on dry land. For the Lord Yahweh your God dried up the waters of Jordan from before you, until ye were passed over, as the Lord Yahweh your God did to the Red Sea, when he dried up from before us, or which he dried up from before us, until we were gone over. That all the people of the earth might know the hand of the Lord, that it is mighty, that ye might fear the Lord your God forever. And that brings us to the end of Joshua, the 4th chapter. Lord willing, this was edifying to the elect. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Recha Kodesh. Until next time, Shalom.